the upper and lower peninsula and also Wisconsin, and that means that in the lower peninsula or in Michigan, she has hiked, by my figures, somebody else will have a few different figures, but 1,178 miles in Michigan, both lower and upper, and in Wisconsin, 200.
I haven't done the whole upper.
What? Okay, so anyway, she's done the whole lower peninsula. There you go.
As you said.
Thank you. Yeah, okay, I think I got that. All right, good. But she's done an awful lot, and it seems like every single aspect of this chapter she's been involved in, and you'll see the list, and then we'll run through these. So we have trail adopter. Now somebody pointed out that she seems to be wearing the same shirt. Question was she doing this all these pictures the same day? And I can tell you she wears that shirt religiously every time she goes blazing. Would that be about correct?
That's pretty darn accurate. Notice you're getting a lot of shirts blue. Yeah.
So blazing is one part of being an adopter, to make sure that the trails are followed. And we also have magnetic car signs that we gave out to the adopters, and she's in that picture. But we have 34 different adopters that are active in the chapter right now, and it's a great project to keep different sections. I can look out, and I know some of the adopters. Many of you that are here tonight are adopters, and we appreciate that. So this is just a sampling of the adopters that are in the chapter. We've done one heck of a lot of improvements on the trail. This was one that was done, and I love this picture because I wasn't involved in this picture, but they were wearing garbage bags going through the watery section near Pete's Road. And it was just an area where there was just almost constant water, and you had to really walk far around it. We got a very nice boardwalk through there, which many people enjoy. So. And a lot of work went into that, getting that done. Very nice boardwalk there. These are recent pictures. This one was Robertson Road this summer. Again, we did some erosion control up in Yankee Springs. And just the trail maintenance has been ongoing and continues to be good. John Famusa helped an awful lot a couple of years ago until work kept him from doing more leadership, but he's been involved in the erosion control, and he's in this meeting on Zoom. So thank you, John, for your work. There's a couple of stories about benches and trails. I was storing the trails in some property that I had for a long time, and I was going to open my own outdoor restaurant if they didn't get out of there soon. And we finally got all of the tables out of my property this last, about a month ago now. We dropped the last one off at Homer. And this is a trail that is, I believe, is that Kellogg Milking Parlor or the biological station overlooking Duck Lake, I think it is. So little moment of relaxation after mounting that bench. We do have a brand new member who has said he's going to donate a new bench, and he just needs to figure out a place to put it. And so I'm trying to work with him to get that done. And he's going to be a speaker next year for us about what he's gotten benefited from hiking with the chapter. Next is, oh boy, challenges are ongoing. Just last week, JP called me and he said, and this has turned out to be a very minor one, we said the linear trail in Battle Creek is apparently closed because there's rotten boards in one of the bridges on the linear trail. Do we have to bypass that? Do we have to find road walk? And he went out a couple days later and they had already replaced it, so they didn't need to do anything. But this was a reroute around that new battery plant whole thing in Marshall, and that was a big one. We had the road closure over the highway this summer where we had to do a total reroute around Bridges Park, which took an awful lot of work. Bear Creek was a really nice success, which we've already mentioned once, and unfortunately the trail had to bypass that. So it just seems like there are things that come up that you have to deal with.
That Jane has to deal with a lot.
And Jane has to deal with a lot. There you go. Thank you very much. And the Sawyer program is also part of that, where we find that we have trees that are down. And Brett and JP, this is about Jane, by the way, but anyway, Brett and JP just cleared a large tree that was over in Fort Custer that was blocking the trail. So a lot of work needs to be done and communication made.
And then dealing with COVID was big.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. And these guys are all wearing masks and distancing because of COVID. Thank you, Cynthia.
Yep, I'm here for you.
I'm glad. We have seen a lot of growth in the trail. We've gotten some nice area down in Albion, which is the first picture. And we've got the Augusta Prairie while you were in your presidency, and a vast improvement there. And the Sally Williams Trail that is up in Berry County, close to the Baseline Road, is a very nice trail, about a mile-long section. If you haven't hiked it, you're missing a very nice section of trail. So we are continuing to get off-road thanks to the work of Jim Bronson and some good fortune. We have, I can't say enough about the people that come out to the group hikes. And Jane, as it seems like at every single one, unless there's something really big that keeps her away from them. You'll see her in lots and lots of pictures for the group hikes. And we have good turnout. New people come, and it's just a great way to grow and to meet new people and make friends. More group hikes in the winter and the summer. We got New Year's Day hike coming up in Yankee Springs, January 1st, which is always a nice one to be at. So come on out and join us. This is a sample of the tree that is decorated, and Karina and Jane do a great job on that tree at the car museum. And look at all of the food that's underneath this one. And we do the Adopt the Highway 3 times a year as well, as we talked about in the goals that we had achieved. And Jane is very often in that process too. We are involved in a lot of community involvement, again, with the parades that we're in. And this was the most recent one, and I will point out, if you weren't a part of that parade, we were standing around for probably an hour and a half in freezing weather before the parade, and this one family brought their small little children over here, and the children, I was worried about it because it was so cold, but they seemed to have the time of their lives at the end of the parade. They were really, the kids were just so excited about tossing the candy and going past all of the people that were watching the parade. So it turned out to be really nice, but it was a nice opportunity for them. We've been in Middleville, Homer, Hickory Corners on Memorial Day. Is it Memorial Day? Yeah, Memorial Day parades. So they're fun to be in. We can use your volunteers, and Jane is usually there. She is an ambassador for any number of things involving the trail. This last one over here on the far side is the hang that we kind of got caught by surprise, but it turned out to be a really neat event, and we're hoping to do it again next year. But Jane was the one that kind of took the leadership role to make sure that it worked, and it was just a fun event. And she's been involved in various different things with different city trail towns and other things like that. And we are really actively involved in different events, trying to get our name out there and attract new people. And Jane is very often there. Buttermilk Jamboree has been a really good one for us. Just this last weekend, there was a Shiver on the River 5K in Middleville, and we had a table there and talked to people that were there. Arlene Steinley was part of the volunteer that did that. We have taken part in the Quiet Adventure Symposium for many years, and that has really been a good event. We've pulled other chapters together to be there with us for that, and we'll be back there in February, I think. February 3rd?
March.
March 3rd? March 3rd. See, you're onto these details, aren't you?
Good.
Good. Wow. This was Pierce Cedar Creek up here. We had a table for their Halloween hike or trick-or-treat hike or whatever it was, and we've just had a lot of other events that we've been involved in. No Family Left Indoors is a part where we're trying to get more families involved in hiking and on the trail. That's going to be one of the major things that we want to try and do more of for next year's goals. Joanne and I have talked about that already, so we'll need your ideas on how to get more youth and families out on the trail with us. Okay. And we are always celebrating and having treats and snacks, and Joanne is very nice at providing those tonight, but, you know, we have reasons to celebrate. And even though it's not in our chapter, the kayak camp down near Litchfield is really a neat place, and we were on a trail down, a hike down there with the Bob East chapter people and stopped in there. Number of finishers were celebrated for the 100-mile challenge in previous years, and we'll probably do that again in next year when we are doing that. Jane is involved in has done that for a lot of years. And this past fall in New York, we probably had more people from our chapter. This is the people from our chapter that were there, and I think we had more than any other chapter, and boy, they had to drive 700 miles to get there, but it was a great time. And next year, we're gonna have the celebration in St. Ignace, which is a lot closer drive than what it was in New York. And so we're hoping we're gonna have a good turnout for that group, August 21st through the 25th. So keep that free if you can, because that's a good time to meet new people and appreciate what the trail has to offer up in the Upper Peninsula. Now we get to turn to just Jane herself and all the different awards and features that she's had. She's gonna blush because we're gonna go through these pretty fast. We gave her the Chapter Honor Award earlier this year. She's working with Larry Pyle there for the Hiker Challenge win. And I don't know if she can tell you about the Bell's Brewery Growler that she and Larry were working on. I guess we don't have time to talk about that now, but and the hiking stick for being the president last meeting that she received. The honors keep coming. We have a hiker challenge each year, and I believe she's been the winner 3 different times, and she gets a silver cup for those. Somebody snuck into your house, Jane, and took those pictures, I believe, while you... Well, you have to have your house be more secure, I think.
She actually won 4, but she disqualified herself one year.
She won 4, but she disqualified herself. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Lifetime Achievement Award given in 2022 by the National Park Service. For 4,000 volunteer hours. Pretty darn impressive.
That's 2 person years.
That's
Congratulations.
2 working person years, whatever.
Yeah, 2 working person years there, full time.
Yeah. Back when she was just getting started, before she was president, 2017, an outreach award given to her. She looks a little younger there, maybe. A little less stressed. And again, she completed Hike 100 challenges. How many years now, Jane?
Well, how many there's been? I don't know how many. Was it
8.
26?
8 different years.
Yeah.
She just keeps piling away. And the Distinguished Service Award at the celebration in New York this year was given. Very special honor. So,
Eric, if I may interject here.
yes.
On that 100-mile challenge, she does it by February 21st too.
So in the background there is Tom Husband, who is a very good person to sit in the car and wait until Jane finishes her hike. So, yeah, she's actually, for the completion of the 3 counties in our chapter, or our chapter miles, you finish those pretty much by the end of February every year for the past 3 years?
Past all of them.
All of them?
Years has always gone by
Okay.
February 21st.
Joanne, I don't know. There's some, just a reminder of what we are trying to do with our chapter, and it seemed like an appropriate place to put it in the PowerPoint. The Chief Noonday Chapter is a group of volunteers that build, maintain, and promote the North Country Trail in Southwest Michigan is our reason for being here, so. She has done a very good job of making sure that that happens for the years that she's been president. So with that, we say thank you, and thank you. And we are actually distributing champagne to have a toast.
All right.
Hope you get your rest.
And this is Joanne, the incoming president, and she was at the hammock hang. And she's resting up so that when she's president, she can do as well as Jane has done.
But
Speech.
you know, can I talk at anything, say anything?
Yeah, please do.
You always get to talk.
Thank you.
What I wanna say is there's very few times when I ask somebody to do something, they didn't say yes. That is what, you know, you don't do all that stuff without following you. Believe me, you all say yes. And then if somebody said no, it really was a good reason. It wasn't just, they didn't wanna do it. Anyway,
It's non-alcoholic, the champagne.
Oh.
So,
Aw.
so it was really a pleasure.
We do have an honorary mug that we wanted to present to Jane. It says, "Cheers, Jane Norton, President, Chief Noonday Chapter, NCT 2018 to 2024." So,
Oh, am I supposed to use this?
well, for your toast, you could, I guess. I'm not exactly sure,
I
but
don't think she
Thank
toasts
you.
herself.
Jane,
know that it's pretty sure that- So I would like to have a toast to Jane. You have led us. You will be a hard pair of shoes to follow. And it has been so much fun. And I am one of those people that you approached and said, "Would you do this?" And I said, "Sure." And here we are. Congratulations to Jane.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, I turn the meeting back over to you.
You know, Joanne, you just have different shoes. I had to follow Larry Pyle's shoes,
Yes.
and that was pretty terrific. That wasn't, he led by example, so.
And you guys are great. Yeah, I mean, you've done wonderful things, and you can tell that you love the trail.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
We do. So, thank you for that